Who is excited for the new Craft movie? Honestly, calm down. Chill. What is up? Hello, hi, how are you doing? I hope everybody's doing well. If you guys are new, I'm Cenus. I'm a tarot reader. It's really nice to meet you. To be honest, this is probably going to be my favorite pick a card ever, just because I'm personally so fascinated by past lives, and I'm someone who I've had a couple of past life regression sessions, and they always are so fascinating to me. So there's that. Before I show you guys today's piles, I want to remind everybody that today's reading and all of my readings, you guys, are group readings. So just take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, leave it there. And with that, I will insert a clip of the piles right now. All right, guys, here are the 4 piles. We have group 1 with the black kyanite, group 2 with the brimstone, group 3 with the desert rose, and group number 4 with the smoky quartz. If you guys want to go ahead and take a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you want to pick more than one pile, you guys are always welcome to do so. All right, you guys, so now that you have hopefully and instinctually picked your pile, please go ahead and check out my description box where I've left you all timestamps for when your reading will start. And with that, you guys, let's just go ahead and jump into today's pick a card on your past life. Group number 1, we have the black kyanite here. Does this not give you Game of Thrones vibes? Group number 1, let's go. What was group number 1's past life like? Who was group number 1 in a past life? Who was group number 1 in a past life? We have the 5 of Wands, you guys. We got the 5 of Wands. Now, this isn't that bad, but it's like, you know, I see you, group 1. As you guys can see here, these people are clearly fighting, okay? They're clearly having a mishap with each other. They're clearly out here rumbling and tumbling, okay? So, here's the thing. Fire, the wands do represent fire energy, so it does feel very passionate. So it's very possible for some of you, group number 1, that you were just very passionate in your past life, okay? Very passionate about the things you were passionate about. However, I feel like for a lot of you, it's very possible that you guys were either argumentative or you didn't get along with people very well. It's also possible for some of you that you were in some type of battle or some type of war. Obviously, our history does have a lot of wars, so it is possible that you guys had engaged in a war or a battle of some type, okay? So yeah, there's that. We also have the 3 of Cups in reverse, you guys. So this is telling me for a lot of you, I really am feeling like you guys were more isolated in your past life. You guys did not have a lot of friends, a lot of family. Now this makes sense to me because I feel like back in the day, it was a little bit difficult for people, especially, you know, without social media and cell phones and like modern technology. It's hard for people to connect. You had to like write letters. So basically, what I get with this is that you guys spent a lot of your past life alone, or this is how you preferred to spend your time, which like 100% freaking relatable, group number 1. I like to spend my time like that now, okay? So that is really, really interesting. I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, you didn't have a lot of close friends or you didn't have a lot of close family. It's also possible for a lot of you watching this that in your past life you had a combative relationship with your family or with your friends, which is why you liked to be more isolated. We also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So for some reason, I'm just not really feeling like emotions or being connected to your family or being connected to loved ones was a high priority for you guys. For some of you, I'm kind of just getting the energy that you put all of your energy and all of your focus on your passions. And like I said, some of you definitely were in like some type of battle or some type of war or some type of just combative situation where you guys were fighting. And I feel like that's why the focus isn't so much on the family and the friends and like the love life. It's more on like, you know, this, okay? Okay, so who was group 1 in a past life? Hold on, I'm gonna actually ask for confirmation on this. Can I get some confirmation on the card that just flew out, Spirit? Can I get some confirmation on the, thank you. Okay, that's 100%. Okay, you guys, so this is all just super, it makes a lot of sense. Now, I am getting a mixed bag of genders. Obviously, like I do believe that when we switch lives, it is possible for a lot of us to switch genders. I don't think we always switch genders. I also feel like certain souls are connected to certain genders. Anyways, so we have the Sun, you guys, and the Sun came up in reverse. This is talking about being exhausted, needing to recharge. Okay, group number 1. So what did I just say? I literally said group one, you guys spent your last life really focusing on your passion and your work. Now I asked for confirmation, and the cards that came out also signified to me that that's the situation here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, you guys. Now the Queen of Pentacles does take care of her family, okay? I will not say that she is neglectful to her family. She does take care of the people that she loves, but she's about her bag, you guys. She's about her business, okay? She does take care of her family. She does take care of her loved ones. She is still nurturing, but she just is more so focused on her job. Now we have the High Priestess, you guys. The High Priestess is talking about intuition and knowledge, spirituality, and things like that. So basically, for a lot of you watching this, you were more focused on learning. You were more focused on exploring in your past life. You were more focused on gaining knowledge. You were more focused on going with your intuition, going with what felt right to you. Now, some of you in your past life, you were, my ears are ringing. Some of you in your past life, you were very spiritual people. And I feel like that's why there's this energy of fighting, because obviously you guys, you know, back in the day, people like me were prosecuted, okay? So if you relate to that energy, I am definitely feeling like in a past life, a lot of you watching this were spiritual. And that's why there is this fighting energy of like, I have to fight to be the person that I am. There is this energy of isolation, not really focusing on loved ones and not really focusing on being around people. So I feel like for a lot of you, the reason why you isolated yourselves was to protect yourselves, okay? I was hearing shaman, you guys, and I just didn't feel comfortable saying that. I don't know why I didn't feel comfortable saying it. I just feel like that's a really heavy word to use, but my ears are ringing, so I feel like I have to say it. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse as well, you guys. This is talking about needing to reevaluate relationships. So I really do feel like there was a lack of, I don't want to say like healthy relationships, but it just feels like there was a lack of relationships in your past life. Now, I'm not saying you guys weren't married or you didn't have kids or you didn't have family, but that was not the focal point of your past life. It just wasn't, okay? You guys had a bigger goal in your past life. And I'm not saying having a family isn't a big goal, but I'm just saying like, you guys had a different purpose, okay? Your guys' purpose was on your work, on your studies, on your beliefs maybe, okay? And it wasn't so much on family and love, and it left you guys depleted. It left you guys exhausted. So I am feeling like for some of you watching this, in this current life, you might really value family and friends and things like that, because in your past life, that's not where the focus was. The focus was more on work and education. Some of you could still be in that energy, but I'm definitely feeling like for some of you watching this, that you really do value family. You really do value relationships in the romantic sense. And I'm getting that because I feel like you guys didn't have that as much in your past life, okay? All right, to group number one. Who was group number one in a past life? Who were they? What did they do, perhaps? So I want to talk about alignment first. This was the first card that I noticed. So alignment, you guys, is talking obviously about aligning yourself. So taking it back to what I said about, I feel like some of you, and this is just for some of you because obviously being a shaman isn't a widely practiced thing. I think it was more common back then than it is now. I'm not really sure on that. But I do feel like for some of you, you were spiritual teachers or spiritual healers, or perhaps, like I said, even shamans or something like that. It just feels like that for some of you. Again, for others of you, I do feel like there was more of like that battle type energy. But here we have this alignment, you guys, okay? This alignment is directly connected to this High Priestess, directly connected to you guys being that spiritual person in your past life, okay? Maybe you guys were even a monk, okay? Maybe there was even like, you guys were monks or something like that. I don't know why. I just feel like that for some of you. We have life force energy, you guys. So again, I am really feeling like for a lot of you, you were spiritual healers. Some of you might have even been doctors, or what the frick? Why am I seeing that? Midwives, you guys. Some of you were freaking midwives, okay? And we have beyond the mind, which is exactly what I was saying with the High Priestess, you guys. She is all about higher education, higher learning. Oftentimes it is like occult knowledge, like knowledge that is not known to most people. So that is also very, very fascinating that beyond the mind came up, okay? Who was group number one? You guys are, okay. You guys are very powerful souls, group number one. I really am getting that. I really do feel like you guys have a strong energy. Group one. Group 1, empathy, fear. So I definitely do feel like some of you were prosecuted for your faith in a past life. I know that sounds really weird, but we have peace here, you guys, okay? And it says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy, okay? So back to being the spiritual healer, you guys. I really am picking up on that for a lot of you. We have empathy. Some of you were empaths in your past life. Some of you are still empaths in this life. We have, I am open to seeing both sides of the situation, okay? I'm really just picking up on like a really sensitive person, and I feel like perhaps that's why you guys isolated yourself in your past life and you didn't have those strong connections to people. We also have fear, okay, you guys, and it says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. This fear is coming through and reminding me of this 5 of Wands, you guys, okay? This 5 of Wands is combative. It's fearful. Obviously, when we act violently or when we act aggressively, we are acting out of fear, you guys. We are acting out of anger and fear. There's that, okay? I want to go ahead and move on. Group, listen to your intuition. Yeah, you're ready. So we have listen to your intuition, you guys, quite literally. You guys... Okay, you guys are psychics. Okay, you guys were freaking psychics. We also have you are ready. All right, so you are ready. I do feel like this is something that you guys might even be interested in right now. Like you guys might be drawn to more of like occult type things. And I feel like for some of you, you might have this fear behind being drawn to that. And this is just for some of you, but some of you I feel like are afraid of the things that you're interested in right now. And I don't want you guys to be afraid, because you guys are being called to this because this is where you were in your past life. I don't feel like you were 100% able to be the person that you wanted to be in your past life because there were limitations set in front of you by society, okay? I'm honestly feeling like kind of sad. Group number 1, who was group number 1 in a past life? We have inspiration. Okay, you guys were an inspiration in your past life, either to the people who knew you or to the people that heard of you. You know, I don't know how much recognition you guys got in your past life for your healing abilities or for your psychic abilities, your shamanistic abilities. Okay, I don't know how much recognition you guys got for that, but you guys were definitely, you guys definitely did inspire other people. I do feel like you guys were admired by those who knew you. Okay. Who was group number 1 in a past life? Who was group number 1 in a past life? Transformation. So we have affirmations, you guys, and this literally looks like the exact same picture as the alignment card. You guys were very, very spiritual in your past life, which is why I feel like a lot of you are very spiritual in this life, because that's who you were in your past life. I just don't feel like it was as accepted as it is today. And even today, like, it's not, you know, widely accepted, but I definitely do feel like you guys reconnecting to your spirituality has a lot to do with your past life, okay? We have transformation here, all right, you guys, and this is the Phoenix. This is, you know, I don't know if you guys know anything about Phoenixes, but basically, Phoenixes are born from the ashes that they died from, you know what I'm saying? So when a Phoenix gets to the end of its life, it combusts into flames, burns into ashes, and then it's reborn from the ashes, you guys, okay? I don't 100% feel comfortable like explaining this card to the fullness that I could, just because I am, you know, this is YouTube, I want to keep it relatively appropriate, but I definitely do feel like I said earlier, for a lot of you, you were prosecuted for your spiritual beliefs. And I feel like for a lot of you, you were healers. For a lot of you, you had to fight people to help other people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it was a fight for you guys to be who it is that you were. And I don't think you guys were bad people at all. I genuinely do feel like you guys were trying to help heal others. And I feel like for some of you, you were prosecuted for that, okay? That's why this transformation card's coming up. My heart. Okay. All right, group number 1. This was really heavy energy, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, this was a little bit heavy. I definitely do feel like for some of you, you were in battle, or you were in war, or you were really focused on your work to the point where it took you away from love, from your family, from your friends. You were more isolated. For others of you, I feel like you were spiritual teachers or spiritual healers. I keep feeling healers here, you guys, and shamans. So I definitely feel, and it's not even, I'm not even trying to say that you guys were like necessarily like witchy or you guys were doing things that were against the church. But I just feel like you guys, I mean, honestly, you guys, like people were prosecuted for giving people mint leaves for their throat if they had a sore throat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you guys were healers on some type of level for a lot of you, and you had to fight to do that. You had to fight to help other people. You had to fight to bring peace. You had to fight because you were so empathetic towards other people, and the people around you did not understand that, which is why you were isolated, which is why you were more withdrawn emotionally. I love you guys, group number 1. That's honestly all I have to say. I just freaking love you guys. Thank you guys for being you. I really do freaking appreciate this energy here. Guys, please let me know down below how this has resonated. And yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon. Okay. Bye. If you picked the brimstone, honestly, like you picked it because it's brimstone and you're like, oh, brimstone. You're my kind of person. Okay, group 2. Let's go. Who was group number 2 in their past life? Who was group number 2 in their past life? Who was group number 2 in their past life? Huh. Who was group number 2 in their past life? Who was group number 2 in their past life? Jesus. Okay, group number 2. So we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. Actually, I'm gonna be 100% honest. All of these cards came up in reverse, group 2. So there's that. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It's not bad. Just give me a second. Okay, let me explain myself. So we have the 2 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The main energy I'm getting with this group 2 is that you guys in your past life were overthinkers. Like to the point where it was like unnecessary, group number 2. Some of you really were about like following the rules, okay? So I feel like for some of you, you grew up in your past life in a more conservative type region of the world. I don't know which part of the world you were in, but it definitely does feel more conservative because it feels like the energy is more like stifled. You know what I'm saying? Like your energy, group 2, feels stifled. And I'm not saying that like today it feels stifled, because I feel like for some of you watching this, this is how your past life was. So in this life, you're like, boom, you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're like a firecracker. But in this past life, and some of you may still be connected to this energy, you were stifled in a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you felt... I feel like there were so many like strict rules around you that you felt like you couldn't like make a move. You was like, I want to go here. Oh, but what is my family going to think? What are my peers going to think? Like it was very much like, it feels like walking on eggshells, group number 2, okay? It feels like you were walking on eggshells and you were really concerned about what the people around you thought of you and what you did. So this stifled you in your past life, you guys, okay? So if any of you are wild and you're just like, I don't care, I'm going to do what I want to do, it's because this past life really stifled you, and I feel like there's a lot of push down energy. If you still are connected to this, you guys, I would like to encourage you to break free of that, because I do feel like that is something that is necessary for this group. So these next 2 cards, you guys, we have the 8 of Wands and we have the freaking 10 of Wands in reverse. So this 8 of Wands, you guys, in reverse is telling me that you guys were resisting change in your past life, or perhaps you guys had anxiety or you were scared about, you know, doing things differently than how society had expected you to do things. So that's what this 8 of Wands is talking about. It's just like you really didn't have the confidence to step outside the bubble. You were afraid to change. You were afraid to do something different. You were afraid to go against societal norms. You were afraid to push back on what other people, the expectations that other people put on you. Like, I don't feel like this is necessarily you guys. I feel like this is what other people were putting you through in your past life. Does that make sense? Like, you guys could have been the most creative, most, expressive, rambunctious humans. You know what I'm saying? Like your soul could really be like that, but it almost feels like just the people around you, the environment you are in, you guys, it feels thick. It feels thick and heavy and just like blech, blech. feels mucky. So this 10 of Wands, you guys, is talking about having a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities. And I just feel like there's all this weight on your guys' shoulders in your past life. You guys had a lot of responsibilities. This is a lot of opinions on you guys. You guys, honestly, I am picking this up for some of you. Some of you may have even been in a family where there was like, you know what I'm saying? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to explain it, you guys, because I can see it, but I'm not sure how to explain it. I'm not saying you guys were like royalty, but I'm saying I feel like your guys' family was higher up on in the pyramid scheme, okay? You guys know how there was like kings, and then there was like okay? You guys weren't down here. I feel like you guys was up here, okay? You guys were up here. And I'm not really picking up on a time frame, but whatever the time frame was, I definitely do feel like you guys were higher, let's just say middle class, okay? Higher middle class, maybe like noble, maybe like knight status, okay? I'm not really sure. But you guys weren't like broke, you know what I'm saying? You guys weren't struggling, I feel like, in your past life. It feels like you guys were rather blessed in the sense of like money and comfortability. But you were not blessed in the sense of like being able to be free to do what it is you wanted to do, being free to become your own person, being free of the opinions and the weight of society on you. Like I almost feel like there was eyes watching you. There were people watching you, group number 2, and that's, you know, the focus of you. That's the focus of like why you did things the way you did things, is because people were watching you. If you messed up or if you did something that you wanted to do and it maybe wasn't like normal, it was looked down upon. So you guys had a lot of freaking weight on your shoulders. We have the 2 cup cards at the end here. The 6 of cups right here, you guys, is just referring to clinging on to the past and not being able to let the past go. Now, I'm not so much interested in that because like we're in a new life. It doesn't matter if you weren't able to let things go from your past life, but that may have been something that you struggled with, and that's why there's all this like being held back energy, because you guys were focusing on things from the past. However, we also do have this 8 of cups, you guys. Now this 8 of cups in reverse is talking about, should I stay or should I go? Now, I don't feel like you guys did go. Some of you definitely could have, but these cards just so far aren't giving me the energy of like moving forward and living your life for you. It really does feel like for a lot of you, your life was controlled and planned out and like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel free, okay? It doesn't feel free at all. And this is just asking, should I stay? Should I go? You guys definitely did want to break free. You guys did want to get away. You guys wanted to be your own people. You wanted to be individuals, but you guys were just really restricted and held back from other people. Okay. Who was group number 2 in their past life? Okay, so we have this 4 of Wands, you guys. For some of you, you definitely did have an arranged marriage. You just did. Also, I'm also getting for some of you that perhaps later on in your life, you did find happiness or you did find peace. This does signify a celebration though, you guys. This signifies a celebration. It signifies marriage. Again, I do feel like for some of you, you were, what did I just say? Married off? You had an arranged marriage, okay? For some of you, not for all of you, but it definitely does feel a little bit arranged and planned out. We also have Temperance in reverse, you guys, which is talking about an imbalance in the situation in your past life. There was an imbalance of control and power. You guys, I don't feel like had the control and the power in your past life, and I feel like that's why some of you in this life, that is something that you really do strive for, because it's like you were controlled in your past life. There was a lack of an equal give and take, you know what I'm saying? Group 2, who was group 2 in their past life? Commitment, yeah. So like I said, we have financial health here. I do feel like for a lot of you, you came from a very wealthy family. You guys had wealth in your past life, okay? That's what I was getting, so it makes sense for me that that popped up. We also have closure. All right, so I do feel like for some of you, there might have been like a traumatic event that happened in your past life. For some reason, I'm getting a fire. I don't know why I'm getting a fire, but I definitely do feel like some of you had experienced a fire in your past life that was rather traumatic. I don't know if you lost anybody in that fire, but it does feel like that for me. This is what this 6 of Cups is talking about, clinging on to the past, clinging on to trauma from the past. That's why this closure is popping up. Perhaps in this life, this is something that you guys are going to be working through and gaining closure on. We have freedom, you guys, which is hella ironic because she's in a cage. She's trying to get through a cage, you guys, okay? She's trying to walk through that cage. She's trying to be like, peace out. Freedom. She was not free, you guys. This is not freedom. This is like the lack of freedom. Again, some of you definitely could have gained freedom later on in your life. Perhaps through this marriage, you guys gained freedom. Some of you didn't. We also have commitment, which I did say, I do feel like some of you had an arranged marriage. I also feel like some of you did find somebody that you ended up, you know, having a very loving relationship with. This could have been your soulmate that you guys ended up with in your past life. Oh, I smell that brimstone. Okay. Group number, okay. Forgiveness. Group 2. So we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. You guys had very controlling parents, okay? Especially your father in your past life was so freaking controlling, group number 2. And I don't know if he has something to do with the fire. I don't know. And I don't feel like the fire is for all of you, but definitely some of you did experience some type of fire. Disclosure, this forgiveness. I do feel like some of you had troubles moving on from events that happened in your childhood in your past life, and perhaps even in this life. But I definitely feel like for a lot of you watching this, you had a struggle moving on and gaining closure from things that had happened to you in your childhood, okay? Group 2. We have romance, okay, you guys, we have romance. So the main thing I'm getting with this card, you guys, and it is even possible that for some of you, your husband or your wife was rather controlling and you weren't free from that situation, but I'm not necessarily getting that. That's just for some of you. I feel like for most of you, your family was hella controlling, hella controlling, like, oh, like not a good time, okay? I also do feel like for some of you watching this, again, it was just like the status that you were at in life. There was a lot of people watching you. There was a lot of judgment. There was a lot of criticism around you and your decisions. You got married or you met your soulmate. You met someone that you really did fall in love with, and this person really loved you. And I do feel like that helped free you in a sense. I feel like that marriage or that connection, it was most likely a marriage, you guys, freed you, okay? I feel like they allowed you to be you. They accepted you for exactly who you were. And I feel like that's why there's this focal point on this romance, on this love, because I feel like that is something that really helped free you from the constriction that your family put on you or that society put on you, okay? Group number 2. So we have the sacral chakra, you guys, and this is a core of creation. So your sacral chakra, you guys, is your chakra of pleasure, okay? This is the chakra that if it's damaged, then you don't feel like you deserve happiness. You don't feel like you deserve pleasure. You don't feel like you're deserving of the things that you have or the things that you want. So with this, you guys, I definitely do feel like your sacral chakra was an important energy point in your past life, because I do feel like you guys grew up with a lot of privilege and some of you felt very guilty for that. I'm also getting that some of you felt very guilty for wanting a different life, because it's like you lived such a blessed life as far as like finances go, but it was like you weren't happy. And I feel like some of you felt a lot of guilt over that because you were aware that like things could be worse. But it was like, I still don't feel complete. I still don't feel whole. I feel like there's more to life than this. Group number 2. Who was group 2 in a past life? I want to get one more for you guys. Who was group number 2 in a past life? Who was group number 2? Truth. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we have compassion, you guys. I definitely do feel like a lot of you watching this were very compassionate in your last life. I'm almost kind of getting the sense that the person that you ended up with romantically might have been someone from a different social status than you. Like I don't know if they were higher up or lower down on the social ladder, but I definitely do feel like they were from a different social status than you. And I feel like this compassion is really talking about your heart and your past life. And you were a good person, you guys. Like I said, I do feel like there was like this rebel energy of wanting to be different, wanting to have a change in your life, wanting to break free from the social pressures that were on you. But it was like you couldn't because you didn't want to be judged. You were afraid to be judged. You were afraid to be ridiculed. So there's that. We also have truth, you guys, which is just taking off the mask, okay? You can see here, this person is taking off his mask. I definitely do feel like this is also talking about like being freed, okay? Not having to wear that mask for society anymore and just being 100% yourself, becoming that authentic version of you, okay? So that's all I have for you guys, group number 2. Thank you guys so much for freaking watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys literally so freaking much. And I will talk to y'all very, very soon. Okay, bye. If you picked the Desert Rose group 3, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and see who you were in your past life. Okay, group number 3. Okay. Okay. Group number freaking 3. Y'all was bosses, okay? I just want to let y'all know that y'all were the elite, okay? Okay. We have the Fool, okay, you guys? We have the freaking Fool, which I love this card. The Fool is great, okay? He has amazing energy. I would go on a road trip with this man, okay? I don't think the Fool has a gender, but I love this automatically. Now, the Fool is somebody who has young energy. The Fool is not somebody who's afraid of adventure, you guys. The Fool is not somebody who holds back from going on an adventure, okay? So you guys were very adventurous. You guys might have done some crazy crap in your past life, okay? You guys might have just been like, you know what? Goodbye. I'm leaving. I'm starting a new life. Toodaloo-loo-loo-loo, okay? Like, quite literally. You guys definitely did have a fun energy about you, especially when you were younger. I definitely feel like you guys were the adventurous type. You guys were the types who, you know, just went off and did crazy shit. We also have we have the Knight of freaking Wands, you guys. The Knight of Wands is basically talking about somebody who they charge after life. They go after the things that they want. Again, with this energy of the Fool, they just do what the hell they want to do, okay? And they do it very quickly. They move very quick. They're not slow. They don't sit and think about stuff. They just go and do it, okay? They just go and freaking do it, you guys. Now, there is like, the way I'm seeing this, you guys, it's like this is how you were, I feel like, especially when you were younger. I feel like there's something missing right here, okay, you guys? There's something missing, and it's not like, oh, I just need to pull more cards. It's like there was an event that happened in between this time, and this time. I want you guys to look at these cards separately, okay? This was one point of your life, this was another point, this was another point. That's honestly how I'm seeing it, and I'm just missing something right here. There's something that happened in between you being this Fool energy and this Knight of Wands energy that caused you to doubt yourself, that caused you to not feel confident in yourself, that caused you to perhaps, I don't know, you guys. Something happened that made you doubt yourself. Something happened that made you kind of hold back a little bit. Like, you guys used to be this really free, this really adventurous person, and something happened, and it was like you doubted yourself. Now you're doubting yourself. Now you're like, I don't know if I should go out and do that. I don't know if I should go out and be free. For some of you, I feel like there was like an animal attack. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I just had to say it because it was coming up. So for some of you, there was definitely like an animal attack, or something happened while you were like, I don't know, you were out doing something and something happened, and it just feels like it wasn't a great situation. It's going to be different for all of you, but something definitely happened that caused a lot of you to doubt yourselves in your past life. And then you didn't feel confident to speak your truth. You didn't feel confident to go forward in, you know, this energy that you were going forward in before, okay? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like you guys are being a little bit reckless here, maybe a little bit too adventurous, maybe a little bit too much fun, and then something happened and it caused you to like have self-doubt, and it caused you to kind of hold back. But I also feel like it caused you guys to mature, okay? So we have the King of Swords here, you guys, and like I said, I want you guys to look at these two cards together. The King of Swords is somebody where he's very blunt, he's very brutally honest, he doesn't sugarcoat anything, you guys. He is a very powerful king, okay? He lives in his power. Now, the Knight of Swords, you guys, he goes after things even faster than the Knight of Wands. He's very much to the point. He's very adventurous. He's very, He puts himself out there. If he wants something, he goes and gets it. He's not afraid to speak up. He's not afraid to speak his voice. This is also the swords do represent like education, or like knowledge, because they air sign, knowledge, speaking. Okay, so it could even be that you guys ended up going to school and gaining some type of knowledge, and that's why there's like this break right here where it's like, okay, well now I'm kind of doubting myself because I don't know as much as maybe I thought I knew. And then I'm like matured, but I still have like some of that impulsive energy, and I still charge after what I want, but I do it with more maturity. I do it with more knowledge behind it, and I do it with more power and authority. Okay, group number 3. Who was group 3? So the first card that popped up, you guys, out of that deck was the Wheel of Fortune. So you guys did have a very lucky life. Again, with this, oh, what did I say? Animal attack. Animal freaking attack, you guys. You guys got very lucky. Whatever happened here, in between here and here, you guys got lucky. This Wheel of Fortune's coming up and it's like, oh, baby boo, you got lucky, okay? You got a little bit, luck was on your side, okay? It's also possible that some of you were like wanting to get an education and you didn't think you were going to be able to get it. Perhaps your reckless behavior or your more adventurous free spirit behavior did something to cause a situation where you weren't 100%, you didn't know if you were going to be able to get an education. And then maybe a stroke of luck came in and changed that. So there's just something that happened in your life, you guys, that I feel like was very lucky, but it also changed the course of your life, okay? So there's that. I want to put that there. We'll talk about this. There was a disappointing situation here, you guys. We do have the 5 of Cups. This is talking about disappointment. This could be talking about disappointment in love. So it's possible that some of you never ended up like finding the one, or like really, you know, experiencing that loving relationship that you had wanted. It's also very possible that there was just a situation that was rather disappointing in your life. I don't really know where she fits. We have the 8 of Pentacles, you guys, which is definitely talking about education. So again, it's almost like when you guys were younger, you were reckless, or you were more wild and free and spontaneous. And then you got an education, or you went to school, or perhaps you got more worldly experience, education, and you guys kind of calmed down a little bit, but you were still the same, but you were just more mature and more stable in your energy, okay? And we also have the Fool. Now the Fool came up reversed, you guys, which is so interesting because he did come up upright the first time he came up, but the Fool came up in reverse in this one. So this is saying about, this is talking about being afraid to go forward in the to the unknown. So it's quite the opposite. Like he right here upright, he's not afraid. He's like, let's go. I'm ready. Let's rumble. Okay. We're a little bit reckless, a little bit spontaneous, but it's good, happy energy. This is like, I'm a little scared. Like, I don't know if I should just go and put myself out there. I don't know if I should wrestle this bear. I don't know if I should just, you know, pack up all my crap and start over. Like, I think I should maybe think about this first. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the energy I'm getting with this. So I definitely do feel like there's an evolution of your guys's, like, your guys's mental state in your past life of, like, you know, starting out very wild and free, kind of having something perhaps traumatic happen to where you guys have to calm down. Perhaps a disappointment happens to where you guys have to calm down. And then you're still that person where you're spontaneous and you're fun to be around, but you now have this maturity and this knowledge of like, no, like we need to do things very meticulously, okay? The King of Wands is very meticulous in his movements. He plans things out, you guys. He doesn't just, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't just, you know? So there's still a sense of impulsivity, but there's more maturity and planning behind it. Group number 3. Yeah. Okay. So some of you may have been explorers. Some of you, something happened with some of your guys' boats. Okay. Some of you guys were on a boat and there was like an accident on the boat or something like that. Some of you are afraid of the water. It's because of this boat incident. Anyways, you guys, so we have travel here. And this is talking obviously about travel. So some of you might have been explorers, okay? Maybe that's why I'm getting this energy of the Fool and the Knight of Wands and all that. So maybe you guys, you know, were travelers, or maybe you guys were explorers, okay? Discovering new territories or new lands, okay? So there is that. That's very, very interesting, you guys. Very interesting, okay? Okay. There's something better. So we have there's something better and choose a new direction, okay? You guys were definitely adventurous in your past life. I just don't know what to the extent we can take this to. Were you guys explorers? Were you guys like a Christopher Columbus? Now, I'm not saying none of you watching this were Christopher Columbus, but like, were you that type? You know what I'm saying? Were you a Viking? Were you out here exploring? But like, there's some type of travel, you guys. There's some type of spontaneous energy, but then there's like an accident that happened. For some of you, like I said, I do feel like there was like an animal attack. For some of you, I definitely do feel like there was like a situation with like a boat that happened or like water, and it just wasn't a great situation. And I feel like it kind of held you guys back, but you still have this energy of like, choose a new direction. Let's travel. Let's move. You know what I'm saying? Let's explore, okay? I do feel like for a lot of you, in your past life, you had this energy of like the grass is always greener on the other side, okay? No matter what time frame this happened in you guys, whether it was like 100 years ago, 50 years ago, years ago, whatever, you guys, I definitely feel like this group had the energy of like there's something better on the other side, like the grass is greener over there. So you guys were always moving, okay? Group number 3. Who was group 3 in the past life? Group 3, if this don't make sense for you guys, we have imagination, okay, group 3, and it says, embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind, okay? I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. You guys, I love this group because I just feel like I am so inspired by you guys. You know what I'm saying? Your past life was really honestly inspiring to me personally, because I just feel like you guys had this sense of wanting to adventure out. It's almost like, I'm not saying you guys didn't have any fear, because whatever happened here that caused the self-doubt, I definitely do feel like you guys did have fear of, you know, what is to come. But you guys, I don't think let that hold you back. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you guys let that constrict you and hold you back. You guys were definitely like explorers. You guys were definitely people who went out and had adventures. You guys had a really, honestly, I feel like you guys had a really fun life. Now, I'm not sure how old y'all got, but it feels like it was a really fun life, to be honest. Okay, group 3. So we have evolution, okay? We have evolution, group 3. And this is quite literally like what I'm getting. Like, I feel like you guys were really kind of just evolution. I mean, how do we evolve? We explore, we try new things. We don't evolve, you guys, when we do the same thing over and over, when we do what everybody else does. We do not evolve. This is just facts. This is just facts. We don't evolve if we do what everybody else does. You guys were not that. You guys did not fit into the status quo. You guys were not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys pushed society. You guys pushed limits. You guys were pushers, okay? And after whatever happened here, like whatever this break was here, whatever happened did calm you down, and you did learn a lesson, and you did move forward with more knowledge and more caution, but you were still this person who pushed evolution. You were still this person who pushed society to do better, to try new things. You were still an explorer. You were still adventurous. You were still that person. You never lost that, group 3. Who was group 3 in their past life? Some of you in this life could still have this energy, but there's definitely some of you watching this where you are a lot more calm now. You're a lot more like cautious. You might even have anxiety. And I do feel like it's because for a lot of you, like, you had this crazy freaking life. So now this life, you're like, okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to like calm down. We're going to not be super crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of feels like that. But definitely some of you do still have this adventurous energy about you. Group number 3. Oh, I seen a rainbow. Group 3. Who was group 3? So we have freedom. I mean, what else would fit for you guys? I don't think any other card in this deck would fit for you guys besides this freedom card. This makes sense for you guys. This is who you were in your past life, group 3, and I strongly feel that. This is who you were. You were free, okay? You were free. You was out here running wild, exploring, having adventures. You guys had such an amazing freaking life, okay, group 3? Do I have any more cards? I don't think I do. Okay, group 3, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Okay, bye. If you picked this beautiful piece of smoky quartz that I'm absolutely obsessed with, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. For some reason, group 4, I feel like I need to go ahead and light this white candle here. Okay. Okay. Who was group 4 in their past life, Spirit? Who was group number 4 in their past life? Okay. Who was group 4 in their past life? Who's group? First card that popped out, group 4, is this 3 of Swords in reverse. Now, the 3 of Swords in reverse, obviously, I know y'all can see this. This has a heart, okay? And there's 3 swords stabbed into this heart. Now, this is really telling me, you guys, that there was a significant heartbreak in your last life. I don't know if this is with a romantic partner. I don't know how deep I want to get with this reading, you guys. Like, I do want to give you guys this reading. I am excited to give you guys this reading, but I just don't know how deep we want to get here, you guys. This just feels like a very tragic, significant loss, and it doesn't feel like someone necessarily like broke your heart. For some of you, that is the case, but for others of you, it definitely feels like you lost a parent, you lost a child, you lost somebody who was very, very close to you. I know that's rather heavy for the first card, but that's just what I'm getting. It definitely was like, for some of you though, like your husband left you or your wife left you, and there was like, I don't know, there's some type of heartbreak going on here. We also have this Ace of Swords in reverse. This is having a lack of clarity or the lack of confidence to go forward with something because of the lack of clarity. So this is a little bit difficult for me, you guys. Like, this is a little bit difficult for me to pinpoint down what happened in your past life, but there was a significant heartbreak. There might have been confusion around it, which is why it's making me feel like it's like a loss, like somebody had, like something tragic had happened. But for some of you, it could just be that, like, you know, there was a significant heartbreak. Like your husband, like I said, your husband left you, your wife left you, or there was just a significant breakup in some way. But there's a lack of clarity around the situation, especially with the moon here in reverse. There's a lack of clarity in this situation. This card is represented by Pisces, you guys, which again, the moon in reverse is talking about a lack of clarity, as well as the Ace of Swords. We have the Hermit in reverse, group number 4. Now, the Hermit is represented by Virgo, you guys. This is talking about going down a spiritual path, but needing to be careful to not get too wrapped up in your own, like, in your own mind. You know what I'm saying? Still needing to socialize, still needing to be around people. I definitely do feel like in your past life, you guys did have a very isolated, I don't know if your entire life was extremely isolated or if it was just like the majority of your life. It definitely does feel a little bit sad, you guys. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Like, I just feel a little bit sad reading this. It definitely feels like there was a lot of like disappointing situations that had occurred in this last life, okay? Or this past life, because I don't know if it was the last one. But yeah, the Hermit is kind of telling me, you guys, that you guys did spend a lot of time alone. You guys might have been very religious people or very spiritual people, okay? We have the Two of Cups in reverse, you guys, which signifies needing to reevaluate a connection with a loved one. So again, with this like loss here, with this 3 of freaking swords, it is possible that for some of you, you were in a relationship or you were married and the marriage ended, or you were betrayed by the person that you were married to because they didn't give you clarity on something, or there was something that was being hidden from you guys, okay? We also have Judgment here, which is telling me that you guys had a very strong sense of like a moral compass in your past life, which again is kind of giving me like religious vibes. Some of you may be very anti-religion in this life, or just anti like structured religion in this life. Some of you could still be very, very religious. But I'm just getting that. It feels like there was like and I'm not judging anybody. Like, I'm really not judging anybody when I say that. It just feels like there is religion here. Okay, this talks about morals, but it feels like religion. You know, it feels like I want clarification on what you guys didn't have clarity on in your past life. So I'm going to ask for that. What did group... God. So, you guys, I just told you I was asking for clarification on the lack of clarity that was happening, and the devil came up, okay? The devil came up in reverse, you guys. Now, the devil is talking about... In reverse, he's talking about self-sabotage, okay? So I don't know how you guys didn't have clarity on your maybe you guys didn't have clarity on your self-sabotaging behavior, or perhaps you guys didn't see it, or perhaps it wasn't like being revealed to you, but this is definitely giving me a sense of self-sabotage. The devil also does represent manipulation and sexual energy. He represents addictions and lying and that type of stuff. Okay. Group, I also want to know about the heartbreak here, because we do have the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups in reverse. So can you tell me about the heartbreak spirit? What was going on with group number? Okay. So there was a lack of wanting to expand, you guys. So there was a lack of wanting to expand group number 3 or group number 4. So basically what I'm getting is that there was some type of heartbreak that happened in your life, okay? And this heartbreak, I feel like left you guys so completely, oh my God, that makes sense. Left you guys so completely devastated and heartbroken. When this is in reverse, you guys, it's like heartbreak that we're not willing to let go of. We're not letting go of it. And now we have the Three of Wands here, which is telling me that you guys were unwilling to expand. You guys were unwilling to let go of the past and move forward, which also the devil being self-sabotaging. Perhaps you guys were very self-sabotaging in regards to love, because you guys lost somebody that you loved, or somebody that you loved betrayed you in some way, and that caused the self-sabotaging of you guys never moving on from that situation. Group number 4. Yeah. Okay, so we also have the Five of Wands, group 4. This is talking about fighting. As you guys can see here, these two lions are coming at each other's throats. These men are about to fight. It's about to go down. Okay, so there's definitely some type of like fighting that has gone on with this group in your past life. Now, I don't know if this is talking about like going off to war. I don't know if this is talking about going off to a battle, or if this is talking about fighting perhaps internally with yourself. I'm not sure, but there's that. Okay, I knew I needed that white candle. I was like, I don't know why, but group number 4 is just feeling a little Group number 4, relationships. Oh, God, group 4, I'm so sorry. So we have envy, you guys. And this says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges, okay? So there might have been someone in your past life that you were extremely envious of. I'm kind of feeling like this person has to do with the person that you were in love with in your past life, because also what came up was relationships. And it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, I definitely feel like for a lot of you, your heartbreak in your past life really did completely and totally change the course of your life. It affected you in a really potent way. I feel like it made you doubt yourself. I feel like it, put a lot of envy in you. I feel like it made you self-sabotage, and you weren't able to move on. You weren't able to move forward. Group 4. Who is group 4 in their past life? Wow, okay. Unlikely, you guys, and we have the situation will improve. So unlikely the situation will improve. It's unlikely that the situation will improve. So I feel like for a lot of you, perhaps you held on to the situation improving. You held on to hope. You've held on to morals, perhaps. Perhaps you guys were married to this person that you were in love with, and you held on to that belief that it was going to get better. Even though it was a very unlikely situation. We also have recovery here, you guys. And I feel like this is more so talking about you guys in this life. Like, I feel like this life is a life for you guys to recover in, for a lot of you. And even if you've gone through trauma or you've gone through heartbreak in this life, I do feel like you are working through this energy in this life. I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to be working through this energy in this life of like trying to learn how to not self-sabotage, trying to understand that like when people act shitty, that's just because they're shitty. It's not because of you. I feel like for a lot of you, you blamed yourself in your past life for why this relationship didn't work, which isn't healthy, you know? I mean, obviously there's nothing we can do about it now. We can just move forward and do better in this life. But I feel like you guys blamed yourselves for a situation that wasn't your fault because you guys were good enough. Group. Okay, you guys, so we have a journey to wholeness here, a journey to freaking wholeness. That's what this life is all about, you guys. This life is a journey to wholeness. I feel like your last life was centered around feeling empty, centered around feeling this heartbreak. I don't know if you guys have experienced heartbreak in this particular life, but I personally have, and I can totally and completely relate to feeling that emptiness, to feeling that like hole in your chest. And I feel like that's what you guys experienced in this past life. And that's why this journey to wholeness is coming up, because like this life is the life for you guys to have that journey to wholeness, for you guys to heal, for you guys to recover, okay? Group number 4, who was group 4 in their past life? Who was group 4 in their past life? Who's, okay. Ooh. Okay. Healing, that's so crazy. Okay, so we have the card of courage and we have the card of healing. Okay, you guys, courage and healing. You guys were very strong people. I feel like you were strong to the point of almost being cold, group number 4. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I feel like you guys had to have this courage. You guys had to be strong because nobody, like there weren't people around you who protected you. I don't feel like you guys were protected. I don't feel like you guys felt like you could let your guard down in this past life, okay? And even though it showed up as self-sabotaging, I feel like it was almost kind of freaking necessary, group 4. And we also have this healing, which is something we've been talking about this whole time, of you guys healing in this life, you guys needing to go through that healing process. You guys could have even started that process at towards the later part of your past life, where you started to heal, you started to try to release that heartbreak, that feeling of not wanting to evolve and expand. Who was group number 4 in their past life? Group 4. We have self-love. Okay, group 4, we have self-love. I definitely do feel like for a lot of you, group number 4, this is something that you guys struggled with in your past life. You struggled with self-love. You struggled with accepting yourself. And I do feel like for a lot of you, that is your mission in this life, to love yourself completely and fully, and to know that you do not need another person to be complete. You are complete and whole on your own, group number 4. And if you have felt connected to this reading and you feel like this was definitely you, you need to know right now, you are whole, you are full. You do not need somebody else to accept you for you to accept you, group number 4, okay? The self-love is very, very important for you guys in this lifetime as well. That's what I have, group 4. So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Okay, bye.